It's not my personality. And I know my mother never would have stood for it. My mother would have put him in the intensive care unit.
Strong woman.
I don't know if I call her strong. I call her like she's a different breed. I don't think she's fully evolved yet, my mother. But you know what? Listen, if there ever becomes a revolution with all the shenanigans going on, you call that woman. Half dead. I still want that woman in the foxhole with me.
That's so funny.
Well, and
she's not losing.
And maybe that's why you're not intimidated by strong women.
Yeah.
You know what? Again, it's like people always say to me, a masculine man, they don't want. No, that's not true. Again, I keep going back to what I'm saying. Like a real man, a masculine man is the only one that can accept a superstar woman, a powerful, a strong, a successful woman. An insecure, petty man can't. It's not in him to have someone outshine him, and resentment builds up, and then
Yep.
Things happen in the marriages. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Forgive me. I'm just saying. I think there's a difference with insecurity and passivity. I think that the feminist movement is creating a passive man, and I think like insecure and fake macho controlling. I think is different than like the guy who just walks behind his wife carrying the baby bag and cooking her dinner and rubbing her feet like this. And I'm not saying serving your wife is bad, but I think that they're like, just be passive. Don't have an opinion. Don't let me be the boss babe. So, and I think that's the movement. And now if you are the leader and, take charge a little bit, you're a bad guy.
And again, I think it's all done on purpose because, like you ladies said, they don't want to have gender roles. They don't want to have specific roles. It gets into, I don't want to get into a different topic, but it's the same thing with you're not a mother anymore. You're a birthing person.
Right.
It's not breastfeeding. It's chest feeding. And it boggles my mind how the party that champions women are trying to erase the magic of what women could do that men can't do.
Exactly.
So, again, that's a whole different topic.
Right.
But,
Next month.
But it really is the same topic. I think they kind of overlap,
Because they're not trying to create they're not trying to create the term toxic masculinity unless it feeds into a narrative that is bigger. And there is, and you keep saying it, and there is a narrative that is bigger. And you are right. It's tied into, well, if we've got manly men leading a home in Christ and we've got women following that man because he's led by Christ, and that's what we're called to do. If you've got a God-anointed man, now you've got this beautiful family dynamic that's the way God intended. Well, we're trying to destroy that. The left is trying to destroy that. And so where do we start?
And they want the government to be the leader.
That's right.
Why would they want a man to lead his family when they'd rather him sit home and just collect off the government?
Yep, exactly. So
and yes,
so you're right.
It's right. I go back into the jungle, right? Everyone forgets it's the lioness who hunts, right? She does the hunting. She's also in control of the family. She's not following a hyena or a jackal or one of the lions that's not the leader. She's following the leader. She's following the king. And that's the same thing. It's, there's that bond and that relationship between a powerful man and a powerful woman. And again, like you said, they want to break it because if they break that, then they control it. Again, they took away the family.
Yep.
And they took away God. And now they're trying to take away masculine men. And now they're trying to take away the magic of what women do, create and give life and nurture life. Like it's bad. Yeah. And I know we always joke around, Lindsey, like, with the feminist women and things like that, right? And the crazy men that are like, you never seen a good-looking or well-adjusted or successful person be like a crazy feminist or one of these, crazy, LBGT binary. Like, I don't know anymore.
You should see our Instagram messages.
Oh my gosh!
Well, we're always sharing these videos of these women with half their head shaved off, but they've got hair in their armpits, and they've got.
It's really a heart of rebellion. It's just simple. I
don't want to adhere to the expectations. Yes, it's easier for me to say this is acceptable than to try to live up to an expectation.
It's really rebellion.
Well, yes, and you know what I think? It's funny. My son's 11 years old. He's in the 5th grade. Very personable kid, a very smart boy,
adorable,
excellent in sports. He's such a good, kind boy. And I try to tell him, listen, you have every advantage and gift in life, but with that comes responsibility. So I want you to be a leader. I want you to help the person that needs help. I want you to, to bring on the outcast, to bring them into your group, to make sure nobody's bullying or picking on them. But I guess he was telling about these emu kids. I guess emos? Emu? I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
He's like,
emo.
Daddy, it's not an emu. They're not the bird.
Oh, my gosh.
So I said to him, listen, I want you and your friends to always be nice. He said, Daddy, they're not nice to us. We try to include them. We try to bring them into when we do things. They don't want to talk to us. They're mean to us. Mm-hmm. So it's funny, even at that age, 10, 11, 12, you're getting like that crazy subculture where they're pulling away and creating their own dynamics
and then blaming
they're the good guys because they're the victims, and then the normal, well-adjusted kids are the bad kids.
Yep, and they're blaming the normal kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, you see that now, and it's just like it's crazy, and I don't, as a parent, like I don't know, like my job, like my son the other day, we ran into my ex-wife and her husband, and he ran to them. And as a father, it kind of killed me, right? Mm-hmm. Like he ran to his stepfather, and I was like, ugh, it hit me. But if there's another person in my son's life that's going to love him to death and put him first,
that's right.
Listen, I'll sign up right now on the dotted line.
Yeah.
That to me is a wonderful thing. So I guess my ex-wife saw that like it kind of bothered me a little bit, or like it kind of hurt me. And she texts me and she's like, listen, all your son wants to do is please you. And so she's like, we have different relationships, me and Dean, than you do. So in the car ride, I said to him, Jackson, he said, Daddy, Mommy and Dean are different with me than you are. He said, but I know you have to make me a man. So it's okay. And I was like, how does an 11-year-old kid notice? And I'm 47, and when I saw it almost crushed me. So, he said to me, Daddy, it's your job to make me a man. It's Mommy and Dean's job to make sure I'm okay.
Wow.
And I said, as long as you know Daddy loves you equally. He said, I know, Daddy. It's just different. I said, okay.
So cute.
So,
that's what we
need. But again, you need strong fathers, right? I think I read a statistic, right? They want to talk about masculinity bad. And why is it that kids without fathers are 60% more likely to commit crimes and go to jail?
Yep, Brandie has some statistics. She was doing her research earlier.
It's crazy, right? Without the father, the kids are 60 or 65% more likely to commit crimes and go to jail.
Oh my gosh, it's 1 in 4 fathers live apart from their children. So 1 in 4 fathers live apart, and with those kids, there's more depression, more incarceration, teen pregnancy, and poverty. And then the other thing I thought was really interesting is that 71% of all high school dropouts don't live with their father.
Wow. So that's a lack of a strong man.
Important.
Yeah.
And again, it's lack of a male father figure. And again, right, I never seen a masculine man not take care of his children. I've seen some bad macho men not take care of their children and not take care of the responsibilities. I never seen a real man not take care of responsibility and not take care of his children. And for me, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you keep going. Keep going. I'll interrupt you when I really feel like it's important. It's not that important.
What my father showed me growing up, every Christmas he'd bring my mother a gift. Every Mother's Day he'd bring my mother a gift. Every holiday he'd bring my mother flowers. They were young when they got married, 18 and 21. So, but I guess he wanted to show me that even though me and your mother are married, I still love her, and it's still my job to show you how you should treat a woman, a mother. And I do the same thing with Jackson and Nicole, even though she has a husband and he does, he takes very good care of her and he's a great person. I still show my son that, hey, that's your mother, and she used to be my wife. And although we're not married, Daddy still loves her. And I want to always make sure that I show him that I get her gifts and I get her Mother's Day and birthday cards, because I want him to know, even if something doesn't work out, I still have to be a certain way and show a certain level of love and respect to whoever is the mother of my child or a girlfriend, because, it's not what we say, it's what they see.
Yeah.
And I think that to me is what I try to teach my son. And again, right, like real men take care of their children.
Right.
And that's what it boils down to, right? Like we're not bad. And I think they make us out to be bad because they don't want fathers in the picture. And they don't want women,
because then the government can't be the father.
That's right. Government
Government
can trample weak men.
Then you create this strong unit who is independent from all the government crap. And that's what they don't want.
And it's funny because people don't see that, right? I went out to lunch with a dear friend of mine, She's a very huge, big Democratic operative in my county. She's the president of our local school board. We've been friends since we were 6 years old. We vehemently disagree on everything, but we're great friends. And we were having the conversation yesterday, and she's like, it's crazy to me what they teach these kids. And she said, I'm staying on the board because she's black, I'm white. And she's like, I'm staying on the board because when we grew up, this wasn't taught. And we were taught that no matter what your situation was, and as long as you have your family support and they were involved, you can be whatever you want to be. And she said, now it's the opposite. Wow. And she's like, I won't have it. And she's like, that's why I'm staying on the board, because there's a lot of kids that were in our situations growing up that aren't striving to be better, and they're already playing victims at 12, 13, 14 years old. And she said, I will not allow that.
Even the Democrats are starting to wake up to the narrative. It all comes back to this narrative that they're building. Now, not only are you supposed to be a weak man, but if you're a different race than white, you're supposed to be a victimized weak man. And we're not raising up little men like you are your son.
And again, right, I never met a masculine man that cares about color, race, religion. It's not what I could care less what someone is. And I tell my son the same thing. Jackson, people are good or they suck. That's it. Doesn't matter, man, woman, Chinese, white, black, Jewish, Muslim, Catholic. If they're good, they're good. They suck, they suck. And you judge people based on your relationship with them. I keep it simple. I'm a very simple man.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I'm not easy. I'm not far from easy, but I'm simple.
You're different breed.
And I try to teach my... Yes, I am. Listen, again, I'm as real as they come. If I'm for you, I got you to the end.
All right. Well, Jason, you are for us. I think you were saying your apparel...
And you ladies are for me, too.
Your apparel line.
How about this? Strong men matter.
Strong men matter. Ooh, that's your next T-shirt. All right, we got to tell you where to find. ToxicMasculinityMens.com, Instagram, Toxic Masculinity. We've got Jason DeSantis as our guest. Thank you so much for being on. You guys can check his stuff out at ToxicMasculinityMens.com. This was the She's So Right show. Brandie Barkley and Lindsey Graham.
God bless you all.
God bless America. Follow us on Instagram at She's So Right show.
It's Dylan's KC Barbecue at 4 Valley locations. Our sports bar in Arrowhead is packed with TVs for the ultimate sports fan. Our Wildlife World Zoo location will have you on the edge of your seat, dining right next to our 60,000-gallon shark tank. Dylan's Bayou at Pleasant Harbor has never-ending sunsets, beautiful people, and live music every weekend. And our newest location, Western Trails Ranch, is 12 acres of rodeo fun and live outdoor concerts for the entire family. It's Dylan's KC Barbecue, where we're elite, unique, and memorable.